RIP to PNB Rock.
Yeah, man.
You know, a great artist. He's not somebody that I listen to all the time,
Hmm.
but I will admit that I heard him, heard about him, and I know
Yeah.
he was trying to like really get back and kind of do some good shit. So
Hmm.
it's a shame when you're just trying to like eat with your family, hang out with your people, and something like this has to happen. You know?
It's fucked up, man, because it's like this is constantly happening,
Yeah.
and it's just like I think within the span of like since 2019, we've just been seeing a lot of famous people, a lot of rappers just dying.
It's crazy. Like honestly, like I remember because that's the thing about us. We're millennials, so we've
Yeah.
seen when things went from like the regular age to the internet age.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And we grew up with rappers being dead and stuff like that. We had Big Pun, Biggie, Tupac,
Right.
and numerous others. There's a lot of different people who passed
Right.
away.
Right.
But it was never really like this.
Yeah, the internet is just a dangerous place, and
It
that's what people
yeah,
fail to realize.
it's crazy,
Like
man.
the fact that you can just locate somebody in it with an instant. You can easily have like your locations on for mistake, and
Yep.
then somebody like your ops, as they say, they catch you, and you're slipping,
Yep.
and then boom, like you lose your life, and like, for what? For a chain?
Bro.
Like for street cred? Like what is that street cred gonna do for you once you're out there? Like okay, boom, PNB Rock is dead. Whoever shot him, fuck you, whatever. Now what? Like, are
Yeah.
you gonna be praised on the block? Nah, you gotta be hiding now.
Exactly.
There's no way you can show your face for a while. And plus, the people who know that you did it,
Oh yeah.
most likely is gonna snitch on you because all that shit circles right back.
Oh yeah, and then I mean you got to even think like, how are you? So you stole his chain. How are you gonna sell that now?
Exactly.
Because it's hot. They know
Oh yeah, I
exactly.
found it in the street.
Yeah,
Come
like
on.
come on, man. And I even heard the LAPD was warning all the pawn shops to keep an eye out for
Look
for
at
the
that.
chain. So it's just like you got to think about it. Like I think to a lot of like hood dudes, a lot of stuck up kids, it does seem like this glamorous idea,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But nah, man, it's somebody's life. It's
Yeah.
somebody's life, and this is a high profile person's life,
High profile.
which is why you got to think about it even more. Like, don't get me wrong, the cops and shit don't really give a shit about black people. They definitely don't really care that much about rappers, but the people care about rappers. And after a while, it's gonna add up.
it's crazy though because like when you and it wasn't even his fault to tell you the truth. It was
Yeah.
and everybody was trying to like defend his girl, but it was honestly his girl's fault.
Mhm.
She's the one that basically took a picture of the food they were eating and posted where they were at. And people was trying to defend her, but the thing about it is that she had like the tendency to constantly do these things.
Yeah.
And then he was actually on a podcast with academics.
Yeah.
And he explained to academics that she basically did that shit. Like she was like, "Oh, let's stop in this location," and he was like, "Nah, chill." Like I don't want to be here right now because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
felt off. He knew something was wrong, and then the car followed him all the way to where where they were going.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah, yeah.
Thankfully, he didn't. Like that happened to him then, but like look what happened now just because of her stupid mistakes.
Well, I get that, but at the same time, I'm not the hugest fan of that narrative. I understand it, and it is a rational one. Obviously, like if she's out with him, putting where he's gonna be at, like
Right.
people could be looking at his shit. But at the same time, I mean, like, listen, it could have been that, or it could have had nothing to do with that. They could have just walked by
Right.
and just saw PNB Rock in there. I think another thing, like number one, she's going through enough because I believe they had a child too
Yeah.
together. So she's going through
Yeah, they
enough, and listen, she's just a regular woman trying to live her regular ass life, and even though she's with a guy like that, you know what I mean. She doesn't understand like how you have to move
'Cause
as
she doesn't
that
have
certain type
celebrity
of person.
status.
She doesn't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
celebrity status. She doesn't have street status. She
Right.
doesn't have. She's just like, hey, let's go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
But it's common
He-
sense though.
Yeah, but like a lot of women, bro, it's like they want you to do that type of stuff with them. I want to go out, like, and she's not thinking about it. Like, she is thinking like, yo, it could be crazy. Yeah, he's a rapper or whatever, but she's thinking like, that's whatever. Like, that's a 1 in a million shot. But in LA,
In
and I believe
LA,
in Crenshaw
yes.
at the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, that specific one too. They said specifically that one's a little crazy.
Right.
Like, yeah, but I also think too, there needs to be a little bit of thought of like all these rappers who decide to wear such gaudy shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not for nothing, if PNB Rock came there and he probably wasn't wearing a chain, just having like one regular ass watch that looked nice but not that crazy, you know what I mean? These fucking these savages wouldn't be like licking their fucking chops, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get at him, like he's he was a quick mark, bro. It's like this dude just covered in jewels and gold and shit, and it's like, and that nigga's rich, so I can get street cred and this easy money.
Yeah,
that's how they're seeing it.
I mean,
you know,
I agree with that. You know, I still stand on what I said, but then also I agree to the point that it's like his fault because I hate to say shit like that, you know, talk like that when people passed away. But the issue is, it's like when you have that sort of celebrity status, don't fucking go nowhere. Just go home.
Yeah,
you know, have your driver pick up the chicken and waffles, eat that shit in the car.
I know,
you know?
But you know, women they don't want to eat in the car.
No, but
they don't want to eat in the car. They don't want to eat at home.
You don't have that celebrity status. He does. Think about him at least. But don't think about yourself.
But a lot of times they're not thinking about him in that same way.
Exactly.
And that no, you're right. You
know what's crazy is
they just like the limelight. They don't like the act. They don't understanding how crazy it can actually be. You know. I know this motherfucker. He's getting riled up because PNB Rock. That was his boy. He's like, yo, don't talk shit about my nigga's girl, bro.
Yo, but I want to add that Ice-T actually posted. He was like, yo, I'm tired of talking to the hood because y'all not paying attention. Like back when it was, I think, it was some sort of athletic event. I don't know if it was a Super Bowl. I doubt it was a Super Bowl. Maybe it was
the ESPYs or something.
Like I think it was. Man, I forgot. But long story short, he said like, yo, for the celebrities that are gonna come out here, like be careful because there's about, I think he said like 5,000 different gangs in LA alone.
Yeah.
So like, you know, don't come over here flaunting, basically saying, don't come out or no, you know, don't come here doing this and that, because LA is not like a normal place. It's different.
Well, that's the thing too. Like I think, you know, I've never been to LA, but you can tell like, you know, the gang culture, like crime really does rule that city.
Right.
In a way that it doesn't rule like other cities. Like crime used to rule New York too.
Yeah, because of the mafia.
Because of the mafia, and that's basically what like the Bloods and Crips are out there. The gangs are essentially the mafia, and because it's not just rappers that have to deal with these people, bro. It's like you know you hear stories about all kinds of celebrities, not just black celebrities, like white celebrities and shit.
Yeah,
owing different people money and shit like that, and not just in rap, man, like in all different types of music.
Yeah.
You better believe if Ed Sheeran has some weird ass video of him doing some weird shit, Whack 100 has a copy. Okay,
has a copy of him crip walking and some shit.
Yeah, some weird shit, crip walking, saying the N word. You know what I mean? Some weird ass shit.
When
like
your legs don't crip like it used to before. You're like, what?